Excuse me, people. How's it going? How's it going? I don't know if we are live, but if we're live, I'm just going to jump right into it and talk about it because we got to do this really quick because in about an hour and a half, we're going to stream while the Penguins and Rangers game is going. So, little heads up to that because it took me about 2.5 hours, but I finally wrote down everybody. Like I did rosters and stuff for every single team. Like I had no clue. Red Wings loaded up in the offseason. They look real scary. Hurricanes look like they're ready to go for a rebuild. Not a rebuild, but just a reload and go. Same with the Rangers. I know a lot of the Penguins players, but that's obviously just because of certain bias. Because I might be a Penguins fan. But gosh, what was the other team that really surprised me? Oh, the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks have a lot of veteran presence. That surprised me. The Avalanche, there's always questions around them because they got some people on, injury reserve plus also suspension. Predators bringing in a couple of their guys. Jake Gensel to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Totally forgot that happened because I knew he went to the Hurricanes, but for him to hop around. Then there were some teams that I looked at their roster and I was like, who? That included the Ducks. Of course I know Gudis, but that's the only guy that I know on the Ducks. So I don't know anybody from the Ducks. The Sharks, okay, yeah, they just drafted that rookie, but the Sharks, it's huh? The Flyers, it's huh? The Sabres, I only know two people from the Sabres, but that's because it's Alex Tuck from Vegas all the way back when, and then Jason Zucker, who used to play for the Penguins. And so there's a handful of teams that I'm okay, they look like they can go the distance. But my rankings, and I'll probably say this again during my other stream, is I think you got to have a handful of, they're talking. Oh, they're talking to each other. The Mets-Phillies game is going on right now. They're live. But I think some of the, not the qualifications, but for me and my own personal bias is you got to have, I think, a good head coach. You got to have a good goalkeeper. And you got to have 2 stars on your team at least. That's kind of how I look at it because it's I looked at every single roster's team. I looked at their coach, their goalkeeper, and there were some where I was huh? Who is this? I have no clue. So, yeah. So, but that's neither here nor there. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to try to make this a quick, simple one so I can edit a couple videos, post them out, so I can at least have videos still going to catch the algorithm bug and stuff because live streams help, but at the same time they don't. All right, so let's talk about we can talk about the NHL action last night, talk just a titch about the NFL and still about the Robert Saleh, and then the MLB because we had 2 teams take a 2-1 series lead and everybody's playing tonight, so that's big in the world of baseball. We'll talk about that, and then we'll give our predictions on games today, and then we'll do a preview looking into the NFL this week for the upcoming week. I think it's week 5. It's week 5 or week 6. No, if it's it can't be week 6 because it can be weeks. Oh shit, I don't even know, dude. I don't even freaking know. My brain is so fried right now. I'm so tired too. Holy shit. Anyways, so the Blues upset the Kraken last night 3-2 to start off hot in their season. And then Panthers just kind of blew the barn doors off of the Bruins last night. And this is my reaction to that game. I think they're back in just pure Panther form, man. It's as if the summer didn't even happen. They still have that Stanley Cup momentum going. Cool, awesome moment with it being banner night. But they rolled the Bruins. They ended up winning 6-4. Yes, the score was a little closer than it indicated, but let's not forget at one point it was 5-1. Okay, then it was 5-2. But then Panthers put one on them. It started the third to make it 6-2, and then the Bruins did start to chip away at the lead. But again, I mean, this thing was over after it was 5-1. This thing was over after it was 2-0. Just because you could feel the momentum in the building. With Swayman sitting, I'm not going to put all the blame on the goalkeeper. I mean, it was Swayman's choice to sit. It was Swayman's choice to work out a negotiation and stuff. Just the defense as a whole. I mean, they're talking about bringing on some guys being key pieces for the Bruins this offseason, but it's like Panthers were able to just get through their D-line like nothing and put a lot of shots on goal because it felt like the pressure was on the Bruins and the majority of the game. But yeah, good game, hell of a game. Like, it was fun. I'm so glad hockey's back. And then later that night, the Utah Coyotes beat the Blackhawks 5-2. First inaugural game for Utah. I didn't watch that game. I was playing soccer with some of my buddies, but I did see at one point the score was 3-2 with like 3 minutes left when I got to the gym because like it was playing on, you know how it is when you're at the gym, like there's big TVs that are playing games. I was like, oh no way, the game's still going. But yeah, with about 3 minutes left, it was 3-2. So I'm gonna guess there's a couple empty netters or something like that. So Utah rolls. Believe it or not, crazy to say, they're the number 2 team in the West right now. Hold your breath, because oh boy, here comes Utah. No, that's a facetious joke, considering the only 2 teams that won out of the West right now are Blues and Utah. So, that's all the NHL action that happened last night. That's my reaction on the Panthers winning and all that. Then we moved to the MLB yesterday. I watched that game a little bit. Kind of nervous for the Phillies coming back because I don't know. Hold on, let me fix this. Oh no, wrong way. Because I don't know. Sorry, we don't have any fancy studio lighting in here. We got the window, old natural. But like I said, the Mets were gonna win Game 3, take a 2-1 series lead. It just kind of seems like the Mets have all the freaking momentum in this series because they spanked them. They spanked the Phillies last night, 7-2. There's the 6th and the 7th inning where they got 2 runs, 4 total in the span of those 2 innings, and just something's gone on with the Phillies, man. Their bats cannot get going. There's a handful of players that have just been quiet this postseason so far. So the Mets are up 2-1. They play later tonight for Game 4. Same with the Padres, who I'm going to talk about now. Padres had, the explosive second period against the Dodgers. That was all of their runs. It was a 6-run inning. And then the Dodgers came right back and scored 4 the next inning to make it 6-5. And then it was a defensive clinic for the rest of the way out. But they held on, beat the Dodgers 6-5, and so they take a 2-1 series lead. And here we go, baby. We're licking our chops because we know the Dodgers are about to blow it again. But yeah, and then in the NFL, some of the situation, and I'm only doing this little bit of a segment. I mean, I've already made a video on it. I just need to edit it. I've already given my opinions, even though I've read and I've seen a little bit more stuff after the breaking news, and I'll probably add it, probably not. I don't really care. But you know how there's Aaron Rodgers Tuesday on the Pat McAfee show. We know it, we love it. I've personally been watching it since the 2020 season. Aaron Rodgers Tuesday, like it's freaking fun. But do I think Aaron Rodgers had any say in Robert Saleh getting fired? No. I mean, I think the narratives around, oh, he's a coach killer, oh, he gets his guys fired. Like the fact that, was it Gumpy? Yeah, it was Gump who brought it up. 3 coaches in the span of 20 years. Can't say the same for LeBron, who is notorious for killing coaches. So I was talking about that a little bit yesterday, and I was rambling, and I was trying to list off all the coaches that LeBron had, trying to list off all the coaches that Aaron Rodgers has had. But I think it's funny that it doesn't matter what Aaron Rodgers says. Aaron Rodgers could have come out and said, yeah, I got him fired, so what? Or he could have said, played along with like, oh, maybe, or could have flat out said no. It doesn't matter what he's going to say, because as we've started to notice, the NFL will pick its favorites, and the media will run with that narrative. Like, I never looked at sports that way. Personally, I've never looked at sports that way, where we're trying to create villains, we're trying to create heroes, we're trying to this, we're trying to that. But as I have watched, I'm not saying the political world has like seeped itself into sports and sports media. I'm just saying the integrity of sports media has been lost. And like, if we want to hate on, like, for example, who's up to bat right now? Trey Turner. Okay. Oh, and he's out at first. If we want the MLB media to hate Trey Turner, to hate Bryce Harper, to hate Kyle Schwarber, the media will find a way to hate that player. It doesn't matter how much good they're doing off the field, charity work, if they're a decent guy in the locker room, this or that and the other. If the NFL doesn't like Aaron Rodgers, they're going to find a way to not like him, just like how the NBA media, oh, here's Bryce Harper. He's 0 for 1 today. He's up to bat. If the MLB media doesn't want you to like Bryce Harper, they will find the smallest minute thing to put and pin against him, which I think is so stupid. I think the integrity of sports media needs to come back. It's been lost through the past couple of years, and I don't know if it's because we let Sally and Joe just run their mouth and there's no punishments or whatever. Like, I'm not saying it like that. Like, I'm thinking there are a lot of people who are qualified to be sports media personnel, but I think there's also a lot of people who just yap, kind of like how I'm yapping right now, where they just run their mouth and they just talk, and we take their word as gospel, and it's like, how does this dude have a job? How does this woman have a job? How does, you know what I mean? Because there are sports personnels, both man and woman. Like, I'm not discriminating here, baby. Like, they freaking run their mouth and they're saying the most incorrect stuff, but yeah, Fox keeps them, ESPN keeps them. Like, it's just bullshit. And so, for him to address it, do I think he had any say in him, Robert Saleh, getting fired? Maybe a little bit, but it's not like the owner of the Jets is going to go, oh, yep, my 40-something-year-old quarterback is saying let's fire the head coach, so let's fire him. No, just look at Saleh's record, and I'm not trying to shill for Aaron Rodgers and be a huge, oh, Stan boy, or whatever, but it's like, you look at how Robert Saleh performed last year, you look at the year before Aaron even got there, with how well, and I said it yesterday, and I'm going to die on that hill, how he utilized Zach Wilson and how that offense was, and just the production level of how well the Jets were before Aaron got there was kind of like how it was. And I think if the Jets started off 5-0, no, he wouldn't have gotten fired. If the Jets start off 3-2, no, I don't think he would have gotten fired. I just think that the slow start, yeah, he got canned, which is the unfortunate reality of the NFL, because the NFL is a business. This isn't like college. Well, college football is a business too, but only not in the player's sense, but in the coach's sense. Because because I said it a couple streams ago, Purdue's offensive coordinator got fired. I think to segue and kind of rattle off from that, because I think DJ Uiagalelei, I think Norvell said he got surgery, so he's going to be done for the rest of the year. Guess what? The offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, they're done. Like, this will probably be their last year at Florida State. Like, do I think they're going to fire Mike Norvell? Hell no. There's no way in hell, considering how good they were last year and how much he's brought to the Seminoles. There's no way they fire him. Would they let DJ walk and transfer? Oh, yeah. Then they wouldn't be, oh, we'll miss you, have fun in the NFL draft. Like, they'll be okay if he walks because of how well they've performed and underperformed too. So, but yeah, firings happen all the time. But yeah, in the coaches level, that's a weird segment because I was talking about NFL is a business, college football is kind of a business. That's a weird prediction that doesn't even matter. But like, the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator for the Seminoles, dude, they better count their days, because how this season started, they're getting the hell out of Dodge. But it's not the same kind of how it is in the NFL, where, I mean, by the same standards, wouldn't Mike Norvell be fired? You know what I mean? Versus Saleh. But again, there's years building on this. Like, Saleh's been an okay coach, but it's not. Again, go look at the overall record versus just this 2-3 start. There's context to this. But again, because the NFL media doesn't like Aaron Rodgers because of his political stances, because of just how he is, his character, his demeanor of who he is as a person off the field. Of course they're going to run with that. And of course they're going to be like, yeah, he got him fired. Bullshit. I think 3 coaches in 20 seasons speaks volume. And if he did get Mike McCarthy fired, he literally said on air, on the Pat McAfee show, they were 3-6-1 in 2018. I was living in Washington. I didn't actually see how the Packers did in 2018. All I know is that Mitchell Trubisky and the Bears won the division, for hell's sakes, like out of the blue. Didn't see that coming. But, yeah, like 3-6-1, your ass is out the door, basically. But that's neither here nor there. And if Harbaugh for the Ravens, I guarantee you, if the Ravens didn't have a 3-game turnaround and go 3-2 after starting 0-2, I guarantee you, if they were going into this week or into a bye week at 2-5, there would be questions on firing Jim Harbaugh. So this isn't just, but then would the narrative go to, oh, Lamar Jackson got Harbaugh fired? You see what I mean? No, it wouldn't. Or if, heaven forbid, the refs weren't on the Chiefs' side and the Chiefs started 2-5-1 or 3-6. Okay, Andy Reid, people would be calling for Andy Reid, but I guarantee you, before they would call for Andy Reid's head or put blame on Patrick Mahomes or for, oh, Patrick Mahomes is the reason why Andy Reid might get fired, they'd be talking about, oh, let's get him some weapons, please. Like Chris Collinsworth would be jumping out of the booth begging Roger Goodell to let Devontae Adams or Justin Jefferson get traded over there. Anyways, but that's a rant for another time. But those are my thoughts on the Robert Saleh stuff, because apparently the NFL media likes to keep running with stuff, and it's not going to go away, and it's not going to be quiet for the rest of the season, guaranteed. So let's now segue to, let me pull this up. Let's get this thing going here. We're going to segue into previewing the NFL games this week, because Thursday Night Football starts tomorrow. So we're going to close out of that. We're going to close out of that, close out of that, close out of that. Because when you open up your, hold on, let me go display capture. Boom. All right. So hold on. Let's move me. Oh, wrong one. Let's grab the camera. Aha. See? Okay, then we go. I remember we go about like right here-ish. Then we go right here. Boom. How does it look, people? It might be Skinny Wampus, I'm not going to lie. But, okay, so let's, yeah, when you open up your tabs and you have your, like, primary tabs, never mind, whatever. All right, so for the 49ers versus the Seattle Seahawks, I think both teams are coming off of a struggle bus loss. I mean, Seahawks lost to the Giants, the freaking Giants of all team. And then the 49ers have been playing really piss poor this year. I'm not going to lie. 2-3, bottom of their own division. Oh, hello. Let's go back. I think the 49ers come out. I want to give it to Brock Purdy. But those games in Seattle are always close. Doesn't matter what year, what. Let me come back to that one. Okay, Jaguars and Bears. I'm going to say both teams are coming out. Pardon my French, people. Pardon my French. Sorry. Both teams are coming off of a big win. Jaguars desperately needed that win. Bears took care of business against the Panthers. Again, it's the Panthers. I'm going to roll with the Jags on this one. Yep, in Chicago. Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Jags. And then Buccaneers at Saints. Yes, the Saints. Saints are coming off of a loss. Bucks are coming off of a loss. Where's Derek Carr? How's Derek Carr? Is he going to be ready for this game? Saints have dropped 3 in a row. Bucks have dropped 2 in a row. I'm going to lean with, give me Baker, Mike Evans. Give me the Buccaneers on this one. But it's probably going to be another close game. Not as good, not as good as the Falcons one. The Falcons Bucks game, that was a real good one out of nowhere. All right, Washington versus the Ravens. This is another big test for Jaden Daniels, young rookie QB in this Washington team, because a lot of people are saying, hey, this team's going to win the East. I mean, I bet if you looked at, I want to see the odds. I never looked at them personally, but I want to see what the odds were for Washington winning the NFC East before the season, because I guarantee you they're not what they are now. I guarantee you a lot of people, because there had never been a repeat division winner, but it's always gone Cowboys, Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles. And then in 2020, it was like, what the hell? Washington won it. And then before that, during the Eli Manning days, there's the Giants sprinkled in every other year or something. But this year, I think it was Eagles. A lot of people picked the Eagles. And so now a lot of people are like, oh, Washington's going to win. It's like, bullshit. You guys did not think this from the beginning. But out of the Ravens and Washington, I'm going to roll with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, because, again, they did sneak one on the Bengals. Not going to lie. That was a really good game. But there's beating up on, okay, who has Washington played up until this point? Okay. So, yep, they lost to the Bucks. Okay. There's beating up on Washington. There's beating up on the Cardinals. There's beating up on the Browns. They're sneaking one out last second against, the Bengals. But then, look at this. We got the Ravens. Got the Eagles. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, wow. Now that I look at it, they have a pretty favorable schedule here, because they're going to win this one against the Panthers. Come on. They might win this one against the Bears. I mean, come on. Yeah, they're going to beat the Giants. Steelers, I don't know. Maybe. They might not win this one against the Eagles because it's against the Eagles. Might not win this one against they might win this one against the Cowboys because it's at home, but then they'll probably lose this one on the road. But the Falcons, no. Saints, maybe. This is a pretty easy, favorable schedule. Like, there's no, oh my gosh, that, like, yeah, they got a pretty freaking favorable schedule now that I see it. But yeah, okay, let's go back. Like, sorry. Like, they don't have to play. They don't have to play, the Chargers or the Texans or the Lions or the Bills, or, yeah, they have a pretty favorable schedule now that I see it. Okay, but give me the Ravens, and then Cardinals at Packers. I'm torn. Cardinals have been playing real good lately. They just came off that upset against the 49ers on the road. That was also another road game. So who's to say that they go into Lambeau and shock my boys? Give me the Packers, but close game. Like, real close. All right, Colts and Titans. Give me Joe Flacco. Why not? Titans suck. Texans and Patriots. Watch the Texans play down to the Patriots and, like, barely escape with a win. Close, ugly win. Browns versus Eagles. Oh, man, this game looks like it's going to be a... But give me the Eagles. Chargers, Broncos. This looks like this could be a sneaky good game, because it's two mids going at it, and I don't know, they'll bring out the best in each other. But give me the Chargers. Steelers versus Raiders. I did see that Gardner Minshew's not going to be the starter for this game, so give me the Steelers. All right, Falcons, Panthers, give me Falcons. Lions, Cowboys, give me Lions all day, every day, getting revenge for that bullshit call. You know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, have the Lions going into Jerry World, just smacking them around a little bit. Hell yeah, I'd love to see that. Then Bengals versus Giants, give me the Bengals. And then Bills versus Jets for Monday Night Football. Oh no, this is a game that Aaron Torres. Oh dear. Give me the Jets. Give me the Jets, baby. Jets, Jets. Give me Jets. And why I'm saying give me the Jets, because give me the Jets coming back and shutting all the haters up and all the narratives and all the doubters, and Aaron Rodgers putting an absolute clinic on, Josh Allen putting an absolute clinic on, and having a great classic Monday Night Football game right here. Yeah, give me that. Give me another, Washington versus Bengals or Ravens versus Bengals last week. Like, give me a high-scoring classic game right here where we put all the bullshit to the side. We play football. We have a damn good game. Kind of like how last year's was, where Jets walked it off on a punt return. So, anyways, that's my thoughts on that, people. Let's go now to what do we have? Oh, yes. Now let's talk about predictions for games that's going on today. So here we go. Let me put this. Let me hide that. Let's bring this back. Whoop. Hey, everybody. How we doing? Sorry, my voice is giving. Man, I should have had my water ready. Should have had my water ready for this thing. Sorry. Don't worry, people. We're almost done with the show. All right, so everybody's playing tonight in the MLB for the playoffs. Yep, KC, New York, Detroit, Cleveland, San Diego, Los Angeles, LA Dodgers, New York, and Philly. Everybody's playing tonight. So we'll go from, first games of the day down to the last games because, East Coast to West Coast. Detroit versus Cleveland. This is game 3. Oh my gosh. Sorry, people. I don't know why the frick I'm yawning. Probably because I had a big lunch. Detroit versus Cleveland. Give me the Tigers taking a 2-1 series lead over Cleveland. All right, and then the Phillies versus the Mets, which that thing's in the bottom of the 4th right now. Game 4, do or die, because it's best of 5. Phillies versus Mets. Give me the Phillies, man. Give me the Phillies. Even this series up. Taking it back to Philadelphia and trying to clinch it in Game 5. The Yanks versus the Royals, Game 3. The Royals snuck out a win in Yankee Stadium the other day off of a home run by Old Reliable. So give me the Yankees coming into town and sneaking one out, taking a 2-1 series lead, getting a little bit of revenge to take home field advantage in that series. And then out of the Dodgers and the Padres, Game 4, I've been kind of like, hey, let's have all these series extend in the previous 3. But out of the Padres and Dodgers, where were we last year at this time when the Dodgers lost to the Twins? Did they lose to the Twins or the Diamondbacks? Shit, I don't even remember. But tonight, give me Tatis, give me Machado. Who's on the bump tonight for the Padres? Are they? Hold on. Let me look up. Sorry. Oh, Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease versus Ryan Brazier. Okay. Give me the Padres tonight, taking the series 3-1, right from under the Dodgers' nose. Look, I might sound like a Dodger hater, a Cowboy hater, Tampa Bay Lightning, Leafs hater. There's a couple teams. Lakers hater, no. But there's a reason why stereotypes are the way that they are. The Dodgers have choked it away many times. And back in December, they brought on Shohei Ohtani to be. I just realized that this was not full screen. Sorry, people. They brought on Shohei Ohtani to, make big plays and be a big reason why they make deep playoff runs. I can think of 2017, 2018, 2020, but even 2020 was a shortened season, remember, with an extended playoff. Like, there a lot of people, and this is for every single sport, and I agree, they'll look at They'll look at the not the NFL because the NFL is different, but they'll look at the MLB, the NBA, and the NHL, and that bubble season where like okay, we'll resume play like how they did back in start of July, then they played into August and September. Like a lot of there's just asterisks on it. Even now to this to today, 4 years later, there's still asterisks to it. And to be honest, I wasn't following baseball as closely back then. So do I know how the hell the Dodgers won the World Series that year? No. And there are a lot of people who will point this out or that out. But anyways, I'm not a hater. I just know too well that the easy prediction would have been give me Yankees Dodgers for the World Series, which is why I didn't pick it. That's why I picked Astros Phillies, which that might come around to bite me in the ass already. But Dodgers always find a way to choke it away. Even bringing on Shohei Ohtani, great of a player as he is, generational talent as he is. How's your bullpen? Can everybody else on the team hit home runs? Can everybody else on the... You see what I mean? Like, one player doesn't just make a team. And so I think the Dodgers are just going to find a way to choke it away. Choke away generational talent. Kind of like how the A's did, because, dude, look at freaking... I think it needs to be investigated. And maybe I may make another video about this later. But how the hell Mike Trout... They did have Shohei. There were a couple other good players for the Angels back in the day, in Trout's early years. But with how many generational talents Anaheim had, how many playoff appearances, how many playoff series wins, needs to be case study, dude. Anyways, okay, now moving on to the NHL. Let's wrap this thing up, baby. We've been talking for a little too long. We're gonna do a. We're going to do a series after. But for tonight, we have 5 teams playing. We got the Leafs and Habs, Rangers, Penguins, Jets, Oilers, Flames, Canucks, and the Avs versus the Golden Knights. The games that aren't really standing out to me are the Leafs versus the Habs, Jets, Oilers, and then Flames, Canucks. So let's talk about those two. And then I'll expand a little bit more on the Rangers and the Avs games. Okay, so the Leafs versus the Canadiens. Think it's kind of fun. Maybe it's because they're an original. Yeah, that's probably why. That's probably why Toronto's not starting a home opener, kind of like how the Penguins are. But give me the Leafs starting out strong. Matthews probably has 2 points tonight, whether by goals or assists. So I think the Leafs probably come out and just smack the Canadiens around 4-1 kind of game. Like, I don't think this game will be close. Jets versus Oilers. Oh man, what a bad day to be a Jet fan, both NFL and NHL. I think the Oilers are going to come out and spank them too. I think like Hellbuck, hell of a goalie, no pun intended. To play on words for his last name, but I think there's a lot of pent up frustration. Obviously, coming back from a 3-1 series deficit, and just with how things ended for the Oilers, because obviously it's a huge disappointing loss to lose the Stanley Cup final, and especially to come back and drag the Panthers to 7 games after being down 3-1. Oilers are going to shoot them out of the building. 8-3. Hell, why not? Yeah, 8-3. And then Flames Canucks. Give me the Canucks 2-3 kind of game. All right, Penguins and Rangers. Schwarber just got hit by a pitch. Dude, charge the mound, man. Go swing at him. But knowing my Penguins, this is a game where it's like, oh yeah, we can totally win this thing. I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt. It's not like this is, middle of December, late January, early February, where it's like, oh, of course we're playing like the Penguins. But, yeah, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think this is going to be a close game because it's Rangers and Panthers, baby. Those are the best teams in the East. And if they can compete in this game, that's a real grasp of, like, expectations versus reality on how well this 2024 campaign can go for the Penguins in the East. So it's start of the season. There's a lot of love, so it's like, of course, give me the win 4-2, 4-3. Now, who's going to start at goalie? Is it going to be Jari? Is it going to be Nettie? Like, dude, freaking, I don't know. Hell if I know. Like, if this is going to be like kind of classic Penguins, how last season was, we're going to go up 2-0, and we're going to be up 3-1. And then in the third period, the Rangers are going to storm all the way back. We're going to blow a lead, but then probably get an overtime win or something like that. But that is honestly probably how the game's going to go. But I think this is, a real grasp of how can the Penguins compete in the East. But, I'm going to root for the home team in this one. Early in the season, a lot of optimism for the Penguins. So, give me Penguins win. 4-3. And, So, and then for the Avalanche versus Golden Knights, I mean, like I talked about it a little bit, the Avalanche are dealing with suspension, obviously disciplinary stuff off the ice. Then, we got the captain still injured with the surgery. There's no set return table for him. I would say this could be an easy, give me the Avs, because look at some of the key missing pieces that left Vegas this offseason, like Marchessault. Who else left? There's another one that left, and do I waste my time looking through the... No, I'm not even going to look through all the teams. But, like, from the 2023 squad, a couple names have left. Anyways, but I think to start the season off strong for Vegas, to try to get a good jump on the West and their own division. Give me Vegas winning this one, but this is probably going to be a really close game. 3-2. I'm thinking 3-2 also. Maybe 4-2, where the fourth is like an empty netter kind of goal. I'd love to see this thing go to OT. Like, we're watching the Rangers Penguins game. We're watching the Avs Golden Knights game. Like, we're watching hockey tonight, and then we're going to give a recap once it's all said and done, man. Because, dude, what a freaking time to be alive, man. Hockey's back. Dude. That's it, man. But so, anyways, that's gonna be the stream, guys. I thank you for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. I'm gonna go. Well, what time are we looking at? So, the game between the Penguins and Rangers, that's gonna start in a couple minutes, probably about an hour. But I gotta prep a little bit. I gotta see if my Sharpies are working. I gotta get things set up, because we're gonna do it from right here. I gotta get my tripod set up for my camera, because that's gonna be a long stream. Like, this one was long. This was a 38-minute stream. I kind of glanced over the math of like, if I took 1 second for every single game, it'll still take me 48 minutes. We're probably just gonna cover the East tonight, and then we'll do the West tomorrow. But again, that stream might be an hour and a half, 2 hours. It just depends on how much I want to ramble and get sidetracked. But I thank you guys for watching another episode. This is episode 10, 11. I don't know how many episodes we've done so far, but this is GVS Live, man. I thank you guys for watching. I'll try to catch you in another stream. See you later.